Hey gang, this is the Black& Decker 1500 watt space heater, and I wanted to set up another little test to see how well it does. So as you can see, I've got a thermometer down here. It's reading 52.9, and then at 2 feet away, I've got another one. It's reading 52.2. So they're a little off, but the colder one is down here at the 2 feet away. So I'm going to turn this on and I'm going to let it run for 5 minutes pointed at that thermometer, and we're going to see how well it is able to heat things up. While it's doing that, I'm just going to put it up in the corner up here, sort of picture in picture, and then I'm going to go over the features of the Black& Decker while we're waiting for the results. Let's get started. All right, so let's just quickly go over the features of the Black& Decker 1500 watt space heater. And I've got the thermometer up here in the upper right hand corner just so we can keep an eye on how well it does. And we'll just run it through a little time lapse. But it's about 10 inches high, and it's about 7.5 inches wide, and it's about 6 inches or 5.5 inches deep. So it's got a nice little handle at the back here, and it does have an anti-tip, and I'll show you how that works. So if it accidentally tips over, it's going to automatically turn itself off. But the controls are on the top here, and they're very easy to read. So over here, you've got the off button. You've got just the fan, so it'll just room temperature air. Then you've got low heat and you've got high heat. And this over here acts as your thermostat. So if you turn it all the way up to the plus side, that's the maximum temperature. And then you can slowly turn it down and it will reduce the temperature. But this acts like a thermostat is what it does. So let me show you how that works. So I'm going to turn it on. That's the fan. So we're going to go right up to high heat, and it's already started blowing. And you can see a little light here. And then the thermostat is actually, I've got it on max heat, so if I slowly turn it down here, we should get to the point where it just shuts off. Pretty cool. So you can see I didn't quite get down to the lowest heat setting, and that is just going to be like a thermostat. If I were to bump this up a little bit, it kicks right back on. And so that's kind of a way you can just, if the room reaches a certain temperature, it'll just shut off and it'll come back on. So it's actually a pretty handy feature for such an affordable little heater. So now let's see how this did in the test. All right, so we've just passed 5 minutes, and so let's see what the reference thermometer is. It's 53.1, and the Black& Decker was able to raise the temperature up to 65.5. So that's about a 13-degree increase in about 5 minutes. So that's actually pretty good for a little heater like this, and I think that's pretty good value.